I dropped my fucking pretzels everywhere. Oh, I gotta fucking explain this to my mom. Oh, no. Okay, just pick up the pretzels and put them back in the bag. I'm sorry, I was trying to get this stream started and I spilled my fucking pretzels. God damn it. Oh man, they're all over my bed. Oh, I've even gotten some in my drawer too. Fuck. Oh, the ones in my drawer are okay. I'll pick those up. I'll set them right next to me here. Okay. Okay. The hemp bag. Only one person can have it.
What's this?
Whoa! Were you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad.
Well, that's just too bad. It already sold out.
Who'd you sell it to?
You're so stupid.
That didn't reveal who the killer is. Interesting.
Shocking.
It's more like it's limited to one person. Okay. What's the difference?
Hey,
For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off.
well now.
I'm sorry I'm eating on stream, guys. I haven't had any dinner.
Now then.
Looks like the preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
If this movie is shitty, I swear to God. That reduced American audiences to tears. The Wizard of Monami 2.5D. Get it? Get it? Because we're all in this game. 2D cutouts. Ha ha!
Now then, please relax and enjoy the film.
I probably won't.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates.
Okay.
One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise. And was whisked away to Monami's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change.
What?
Hmm. Sorry, hold on, I'm texting someone.
So he began his journey to see the wizard, Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died.
I'm sorry.
He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows. He also met a Monami tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami. And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury.
What a fucking dick.
And he lived happily ever after. The end.
Man, movies are the best. That drum was movies that I needed 2 boxes of tissues. 1 for each head.
So, bye-bye.
Okay.
But
Huh. Okay. I've got to go to the fucking hospital. Electric Avenue. Titty type food.
Hey!
Oh wait, that's not Kazuichi who's speaking. Fuck. Hey, you prepared that surveillance camera unit, right?
hey,
Yeah, so? Didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Didn't you get this from that shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
right.
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then, if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from these cameras too?
Man.
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. The video was filmed with the hospital camera. That was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. Video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey.
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate. So I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue, and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its own broadcast on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera on monitor, it won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning, if another surveillance camera exists, it would be impossible to broadcast with it.
Huh?
However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased their wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right, you did work on that.
Huh? Hajime.
Okay. Yeah, I did.
That's right.
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record. It's only good for household functions.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime. That's exactly it. I saw a strange video on that surveillance camera unit. It showed the music venue stage. It was a black curtain hanging like there is now. The whole display was pretty dark because it was just using candlelight. There was a rope hanging from the ceiling. Beneath that, there was a stepladder on the floor. Right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know it must have been Ibuki. Yeah, that long hair isn't there. She walked straight through the stepladder without any hesitation. She climbed the stepladder of her own free will. She grabbed the rope and... That's all I saw. Candlelight being used must have been snuffed out, or something, because the screen went dark all of a sudden and it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. The one I got from the machine alley was really old model. Hold on.
Well?
The time you said you didn't know the person wearing the head bag was Ibuki, right? Yeah. You didn't know it was her. You saw she was trying to hang herself. Yep, exactly. I didn't make it in time. Still, she climbed the stepladder on her own. Does that mean she committed suicide? And she's her own killer? Ibuki committed suicide? What do you think, Chiaki? There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. If so... Hey, don't think for so long. You don't know, just be honest about it. Of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out that easily. Ah! Why are you pouting? Oh! I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there now. I'm gonna go to the conference room too.
Now then.
Yeah. Finally getting back to my normal self. Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You're on, lady! No thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. Oh. I actually pressed a button. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey!
Well, I've never seen sick or hurt. I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea. It looks like they're out of stock. It looked like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. There weren't any gowns? Someone took one. Oh wait, no. 4. Nekomaru, Ibuki, Akane, and Nagito.
Yo!
Yep, that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I should use Nagito's. She unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing? Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross. Wearing clothes someone else is wearing is even grosser. No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikon back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta go. Well, it's okay since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. I love how the rooms are, like, labeled. Is that where they're keeping fucking...
Hey.
Don't turn it on. Huh? Chiaki, are you there? What?
Hey.
I'm gonna poke out my own eyes.
Hey.
Are you surprised? Surprised? I don't get it.
Well?
I got it. Got
See?
what? Curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. Oh! That's it!
See?
Okay. Yeah, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? A bit about being embarrassed if I look and troll fail. I just wanted to mess with you. Yeah, she's definitely upset. She's so childish. Darn bing blong!
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know. So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP!
No.
I'll see you soon!
Fuck you. Gonna enjoy my fucking pretzels! Huh. Oh, someone joined. Hello. Is this thing on? Oh, they left. I forgot it's on the same strip.
Welcome!
Is everyone here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial?
Whoa!
Hey, jerk! Hold it right there!
Monomy's such a dumb child.
What? Don't get in my way! You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells! My brain works just fine!
Hey!
What did you do with Nekomaru? I see. So you come to avenge him? Sounds like he died! Sounds like, you say? Oops.
Anyway... Bye-bye!
Hey,
I want to know what the fuck is going on and why he was blushing. Our lined up silhouettes keep getting smaller. And nobody said a word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Damn. Hi, Mikan in the back. The elevator dings. What the fuck? I got another makeup change.
Hey! No! That's... Well now. Yoo-hoo!
Okay. So people start talking in this, so I'm gonna be shutting the fuck up. Ibuki Miyota, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of the group. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Hiyoko Sayanji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. She was trying to change herself when she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. The killer who killed those people is among us. Definitely can't believe it. But whatever I believe, it's not irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. So I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake. For our friend's sake. For Ibuki and Hiyoko's sake. So, the curtain to the third-class trial is about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yes, I would love to save my current progress, please.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
For those of you who haven't been here.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
Okay.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
I feel hella fucking motivated!
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder,
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought, but the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared,
Okay.
I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hiyoko's.
I'll be right back.
And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Excuse me, what?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
I didn't mean to do that.
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Fuck you!
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
Nagito's the kind of guy who will just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it! I should have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bot means it probably is Hajime's fault.
I have no idea what I was supposed to hit.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both?
The fact that the bodies were imitating means it probably is Hajime's fault. Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also...
I don't think I can... After all, Hajime's...
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault. Hajime's testimony...
If Hajime's... Then the fact that Ibuki...
That would also...
I don't think I can... After all...
Why would Hajime...
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
It's that
Hajime's
sentence.
If Hajime's... Then the fact that Ibuki...
That would also...
I don't think I can... After all,
Why would Hajime...
Well, obviously, because he's...
Did Hajime kill both...
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie. No, that's
Boom!
wrong.
I never saw the movie!
I'm not the killer! I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Huh?
What?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Yeah.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
I just broke my pretzel.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable...
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Wrong.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
I'm gonna mute myself because I'm eating.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door...
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
I don't know what I'm supposed to fucking... Person's remark contradicts the truth.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
have no idea what the fuck I'm supposed to select.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside. No, that's wrong!
No, I was right?
Wait a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob? Like rubber, maybe?
Crap! I see! That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yup, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
Uh-huh.
Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed
I'm eating
space.
cookies right now.
And they
Help
also
me.
taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while
Pardon?
Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
That was carpeting, right? Okay. It was carpeting. Hangman's Gambit. Oh, fuck, not this game. W. Oh, so I'm spelling wallpaper. Motherfuckers!
That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
Uh-huh.
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there?
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper... See? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, fuck, I forgot how to jump. Okay, triangle. It was hidden? I think it was. I didn't think it was gonna be hidden. This feels like a game I've played before. The surfing aspect, I mean. Oh, a curtain. Was it the curtain or was it wallpaper? It was wallpaper! Fuck, I chose the wrong one. I just jumped off that bitch. Question 3. We covered the pillar. Fuck yeah!
It's all coming together! I got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hiyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them.
I knew it! There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
I see! The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body just that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walk?
If her feet were, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. That she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart.
Okay.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walk?
If her feet was there any sign were there even any...
Maybe her feet were, but she was like sitting. So instead, there'd be...
Weak, weak. It doesn't even pierce my heart.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Crap!
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. That she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet...
I am telling you to...
Did you see her walk?
If her feet was there any sign she stepped... Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. That she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass. Crap!
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. That she was like sitting or so instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walk?
If her feet was there any sign were there even any...
Maybe her feet were, but she was like sitting. So instead, there'd be...
Weak, weak. It doesn't even pierce my heart.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Crap!
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to
Did you...
this is our end? We will never give up!
I wish I had chat to help me in this.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence!
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the but she was like sitting, so instead there'd be—
Weak. It doesn't even pierce my heart!
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence!
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the... Was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree with that!
Oh! Consent.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye! Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Yes.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Okay. Rebuttal showdown.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet will... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about 1 minute. Did you see a nice nightmare? You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words! That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Fuck yeah, I do, because
Yes,
I'm a protagonist!
If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikan, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe...
I think Mikan might be the fucking murderer,
so
maybe.
would screw with Mikan's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know know the time of death because of the heater.
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yup. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blackened to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hiyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hiyoko and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
He has a
Totally
fucking point.
impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And
Agreed.
if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw? According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced?
Oh!
Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't
No,
know
they used the
anything
fucking
about
gullible
that.
one. Cause she
Don't
has the
say it
gullible
all
disease.
proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Okay, whatever you say.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
Crap! We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
Crap! We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then... Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
Let me listen to that just one more time, because I didn't follow that.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then... Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
Fuck!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
Hold on. I'm trying to think about
Destroy the
something.
Weakest
Give me a
Alibi.
minute. Okay.
Has failed!
So Mikon was with everybody. So I might,
We can
I might
exclude
go
the
with
sick people
Mikon's
like me and
account.
Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi...
No, that's wrong!
Everybody has an alibi. Because of Mikan!
Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Too much info.
It's not like that! She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward, so we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
Yeah.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was? Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Is that a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose? What kind of trap is it? Class trials suspended.
Hiya!
Okay, I don't like this. Fuck off. Sorry. Yes, I would love to save my current process. Resume!
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
Oh, I've been... Okay, I'm gonna see this more. So I can get on the other side of this.
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here. Did
Yeah,
I
it did,
confuse
sorry.
you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hiyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Hiyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
She's onto something.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying, Hiyoko's murder wasn't.
Oops.
What?
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hiyoko go to the music venue?
So, you're saying the truth behind Hiyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Sonia's account will be best here.
Why did Hiyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
I agree with that.
Booyah! Because she took her key with her.
Just as Sonia said, she went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hiyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hiyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
Yep.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
Unless somebody put the fucking thing
The
in
killer
there.
could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hiyoko got abducted.
Yeah.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose!
Oh, fuck me.
Are you saying my gut was wrong? This
Not
is
saying
my
it wasn't
first
true.
and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
No! That's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
Sonia's account would be working better because she went here, or she went there to,
Hiyoko was locked inside her
Fucking-
room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her! The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her! Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her! The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her!
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door! So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later!
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body! Her kimono was all messed up! There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer!
Wrong! Allow me to cut through those words! The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hiyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then, the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes, do whatever you want to me.
No, thank you.
Now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Fuck off!
Then,
Oh, no.
the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
I would love to see
Please
this.
stop! For his sake!
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Never
Even
mind.
if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Yep.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
Killed Hiyoko.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
Hi, person who
That's
has
the reason they
joined
imitated the movie to falsify
chat.
the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan.
Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak? I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps! Everyone actually needs help from scum like me!
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember, there was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue.
Ooh, correct.
So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Huh? Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be!
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place if she kept walking around.
That's strange. That's very strange.
This is strange? What's strange?
Oh, the stepladder! There's no way the fucking blood could have gotten there unless it was from Ibuki's fucking feet. She kicked over the fucking stepladder. I like how Saionji's picture is just small.
I can prove it with this!
Yeah.
If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
Do you notice such a small detail? How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
What are you talking about? You were obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. Definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it.
Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video.
Yeah.
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, I can't see her hair.
Here!
Okay.
That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder.
Where she had kicked it out!
However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
Huh.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. The stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
Ooh.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two stepladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue.
What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
Chiaki said that the stepladder was at a different place, but if that's the case, the thing that's different between that video and the actual scene of the crime is that thing, the place where the killer did something? Thing. Filming location. Right? Oh, that was... Damn it. Shit. Oh, the first fucking A I see and it gets destroyed. That's a big O. Where's I?
Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
Yeah.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
Okay. Logic dive. Hold on. My controller came unplugged. Okay. Ah! Guess I should go slow. Ah! I think in the music venue, that seems the most reasonable. Because the only one they could have used was the one at the music venue. How did I fall off? I've only got 21 seconds to go.
Time's up, kiddos!
So it was the camera.
We will never give up!
It was the camera, the music venue, right? There was one more question after that. Launch it, dive! Now I gotta remember, things get tricky here. Okay. Question 2. Question 3. Increase the signal? They took it with them. Sounds interesting. Okay, I was apparently right.
It's all coming together!
I chose the one that was most interesting.
That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Right.
Well, that's true, but in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
Destroyed it.
I see! The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not. My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
Right.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
Ah.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Which means even if it was filmed in another place, as long as it was transmitting to the hospital, the range would be pretty limited. If that's the case, it was the video filmed to make it look like it was filmed at the music venue. The only possibility is that place inside that building. Wasn't the conference room? Didn't the conference room have black? Didn't the conference room have black fucking shit? Oh! I got it! Got it! Yeah! Yeah! Booyah!
Possible
Fucking
that
got it.
It was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Yeah.
Huh? Conference room?
But the hospital and the music
Hold on, I gotta go
look
potty. Okay, I'm back.
different.
I had to pee. Sorry.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
Too much, or to make the conference room look like the music venue, the killer went ahead and did some work. Got to make it clear, what that work was.
There's
Let
no
me just
way
listen
the
to this
conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place
Okay.
resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Or did they make some kind of set?
They might have tampered with the camera.
I still can't believe he mixed up the filming locations. Hajime, you're pretty stupid.
Okay. The fucking curtains are black!
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
That must be it! What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room.
Gotcha.
They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy curtain, but after the incident, it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid.
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
Yep.
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is the same color as the music venue stage.
Yeah.
So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor match.
Ooh. This is getting real fucking
Matching
interesting.
Floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
Like what? What is it? Sure.
I can prove it with this!
Because only a candle could have lit that up, right?
You're referring to the candle in the music video, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence.
Ooh.
The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
Nah, my
That
guy.
candle was likely
Nah.
placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
If I'd found proof that
Really?
evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner.
Huh.
But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
Okay.
There's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime. It's occurring in the conference room.
I feel like I've heard Babyside Cops say that before. Oh, Bayside Cops. I said
Ibuki's
Babyside.
hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room? Then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No. Because I saw her hair when she was
possible.
hanged.
Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
So there's a fake Ibuki in the video. Right?
I see! The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki. It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
Right.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
Uh-huh.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
So that's what happened. No matter how quickly I ran, it was impossible for me to rescue Ibuki. Damn. That moment, I was already in the killer's trap. And the one who set up a trap for me was...
But why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video
It has
just so
to be
Hajime could go
Nikon.
to the
She's
crime
the only one who could have had access to the conference room.
The killer made
Everybody else has alibis except her.
There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
Damn it.
You're the only one! Nikon, you're the killer, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hyoko?
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Your stutter's back.
Don't you think that's kinda impossible?
My
A
heart
chick
hurts.
like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
She's right!
Probably.
A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question.
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Nikon have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence.
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence?
Uh-huh. The on-call room upstairs. She was the only one at the hospital.
At that time,
Hiko
you said
wasn't
you were
even there
going
yet.
to the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room. That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming. By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music video. And showed that to me. Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
Okay.
So that must mean...
Please, wait a second. What are you saying? I'm the killer?
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
Just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
I'm pretty sure it's always the innocent-looking ones.
Wrong! It's not what you think!
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Nikon is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
Thank you.
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time. In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation. Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious. Very serious.
What do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Yes.
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
Hey, Hajime!
Hold on. Checking my pet. Okay, nothing there.
Can you hold on a minute?
What?
Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important time like this.
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time. I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial, but I guess now's a good time to say it. Right?
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know.
It is.
Actually, this is a game!
Yep.
Please don't say such controversial statements.
Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Hey, that's a huge deal!
A decisive clue. Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from, this rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope. And keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope,
It's frayed.
as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this.
Like what?
The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her. The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Oh, that's so mean!
God, I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along.
Yeah.
What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search for another place.
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too. Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then, I finished speaking.
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
Is that really true? Let me hear the argument first before I make a decision.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Yeah.
That must be it.
You fucking did. Created with my boy Kazuichi.
So that's what happened. We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole time.
Okay.
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie, wasn't it, Mikan?
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging
and strangling.
Just by
because you're a
looking.
fucking nurse.
You, Mikan, the ultimate nurse.
What I fucking said, Nagito!
Wait! First of all, I'm not a coroner, so I don't have the medical knowledge to identify injuries like that. That's why it's not my fault if I made a mistake.
You are right. And you have been a great help to us so far.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between a hanging and strangulation.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
He's totally right. I'm such a clumsy mess, and I got so careless.
Mikan nursed me till I got better. There's no way I'm gonna doubt her.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
Yeah.
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her. It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikan because she was nursing her.
Yep.
So Mikan volunteered to nurse us? Because she was planning to do this all along?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects everyone else of being thieves?
I'm not a criminal. Mikan is. I mean, she's a killer, you know.
You've got it all wrong. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can forgive you. I just
Badass.
can't forgive this crime at all.
All right, Bryce Pappenbrook, you win
Forgiveness
once.
or not, we still have not decided if Mikan is the killer.
I see. You guys are kind. Well, if that's the choice everyone makes, then the only thing I can do is back off, I guess. But is that really okay? Is that everyone's hope?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm seriously gonna beat you up!
Okay.
But I'm really not the killer. There's no way I'm capable of killing someone.
No, you're wrong.
Is that really true?
Yeah.
Stop it already! That's enough!
I can't stop. I don't want to do this either. Of course I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But I need to do this.
You doubt your friends?
That's not it. I suspect them because I want to believe them.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
Huh?
I do doubt her, but I still want to believe her. Belief lies at the heart of that conflict. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
Don't say deep stuff. I don't really get it.
If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first. Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
Fine. Do whatever you want. I won't stop you anymore.
Huh? Is that all you can say? So in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh? Justifying your actions with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault. Everyone always treats me like that.
I don't trust this.
Always. It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem. I'm done with that. You hear me? I'm done.
Oh, fuck, she's pissed.
Mikan!
It's not fair. It's not fair. 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 Why won't you forgive me? If you did something wrong, you'd forgive yourself right away. What did I do? Why won't anybody forgive me?
Is acting like this your strategy now? Well, this is annoying. Plus, to be honest, I've run out of ideas. How can we get you to admit it? That...
If we don't have any clues, why don't we have her give us some? The same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered two of our friends. That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end, so we can finally break these chains of despair.
Okay.
Hey, Mikan, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched?
Like I said, it obviously wasn't me.
Can you prove it?
Can you?
Prove it? Wait. Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video? That's right! Show me your proof! Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room. Treating me like a killer based on an assumption. Just because I was at the hospital. That's totally crazy! I didn't do anything wrong! Why does everybody always hate me? Please, just forgive me already!
Is this broad really okay? She's emotionally unstable.
That's what I'm asking for you, Hiko.
I'm not the killer! This video... I never filmed that video!
It seems she finally started arguing for us. But the only one who can find the hole in her argument is you, Hajime.
Because I'm the protagonist of the game. Well, yeah,
I'm
protagonist of
going
the
to read this to
game.
you once again.
Okay.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Yep.
Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
No.
Just from that dim
Fuck.
candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type!
Not from the camera angle, no.
Please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the hemp bag on? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital?
Ibuki and Mikan.
Is that really? You could tell her body type under the... Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
I'll shoot through that contradiction. Mikan, you've committed a major mistake.
Mistake?
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle. So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Yep, she did.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Is it true, Mikan? Did you kill Hiyoko and Ibuki?
Yes, she did.
Forgive me!
Huh? 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 Huh?
I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
What?
I mean, it's impossible. You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead. Ding! I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the minute.
That tote bag, isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that? More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater? Hajime saw it too, didn't you? You remember the Usami decal on it, right? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that tote bag is a limited item. So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible. Don't you think? That's why that video
She's getting pissed.
And I'm not the killer.
So you'll forgive me, right?
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair.
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
Third panic attack, or panic attack, panic talk action. He's hearing me while I taint your ears one last time. Starting from this PTA, the reload and ammo features will be added. You will no longer be able to make do with just the X button. Fuck. Okay. Oh. Why the fuck did it switch to Japanese?
That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
I don't trust this.
Me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're obviously gonna forgive me, right?
I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm scared.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for! Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for! Forgive me! Forgive me! There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time. There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time.
What?
We will never give up!
I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me! That bag is a limited item! That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right?
No, I won't.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me! Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for! Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for! Forgive me! Forgive me! There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time. There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at this...
This is the end!
Bam!
Monokuma mentioned this earlier. Whoever bought that bag should have received another one as a bonus prize. Which means it's not impossible to use that bag in two separate places. So please, just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
It seems her desperate struggle is finally coming to an end.
Why does everybody always hate me? You should just forgive me already!
Nikon, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left, please just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you. We will never give up! Here's everything that happened in this case. The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw. That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime. When I went to the hospital with Nikon this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music venue. That's why I thought the signal originated from the music venue, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time. When in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hiyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hiyoko's body hidden inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene. In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside. In actuality, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue. The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open. With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko and me. They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it. And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hiyoko's suddenly present body as well. At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikan? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
Damn. That smile is creepy.
Whoa! Now she's laughing?
It's been such a long time. This feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you.
Despair?
This feeling of despair!
Mikan, you...
What
What
the
is
fuck?
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time.
Okay. Hey, that's the highest grade I've gotten so far.
It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion, so let's proceed to our regularly scheduled voting time.
Fuck yeah.
Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Well, it's obviously Mikan.
Well now.
Now then, though it may be obvious at this point, you got it right once again. It's like 3 times in a row.
Oh, hi person who joined the stream.
That's right. The true identity of the horrifying black Indian.
Never mind.
Damn it.
You gotta be shitting me. Are you saying Mikan, the one who nursed us back to health, was the one who killed
I don't forgive you.
Don't joke around with me, Mikan. Did you lie to us all along? Were you planning to kill them from the start while you were nursing them? Hey! Just laugh, say something! This is going nowhere!
What's going on?
This chick.
Hey!
This is nothing like Pekka. She's actually gone mental.
Oh, that's obvious.
There's nothing we can do. She's no longer the same person. She's no longer the Mikan Sumiki we knew. Huh?
Hey.
Based on my prediction, she might have caught it too. She probably had the despair disease, which was the motive for the case. Mikan too, you say? I know, because I was looking at Mikan for so long while she was taking care of me, after all. My consciousness kept drifting, but even so, I did catch a glimpse of her expression. She was full of despair. Despair so devoid of hope that not even a single fragment of it remained. Hold on. Did you say Mikan also had the despair disease? That means she was... Hajime, something crossed your mind? Body's heavy. No, it's not just heavy. Soft and really hot. Really hot at that time. Now that I think about it, that must have been a high fever. Just like what Ibuki and Akane had.
It cannot be.
Perhaps.
Yep. Because of the despair disease, she was likely overcome with despair.
See?
It's the only reason why she could still laugh in such a hopeless situation. I'm scared.
Jeez.
Which means the Mikan standing before us is no longer the ultimate nurse. She's a completely different person now that she's infected by the despair disease.
Isn't that right?
Be called the ultimate despair. Ultimate despair? Yeah.
Possible.
There's no way.
Oh?
For the sake of despair? That's completely wrong. Huh? Wrong? Wrong? What's wrong?
What I did was for the sake of my beloved.
Who's your beloved?
Huh?
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 Who are you talking about? If only they were still alive, they'd be so happy. I know.
My beloved was the only one. That's right. The only one who never hated me. They forgave my existence. They forgave me and accepted me.
They gave me value. They loved me. I loved them with all my heart, and they returned it in full.
I don't like how she's pulling an Ahegao right now, except without the fucking tongue.
This is my reciprocation. It's love.
Hey.
I don't understand what you're saying. You don't understand. Is it because you don't have anyone to love? Is it because you're also someone who isn't accepted by anyone? What a pity. I feel sorry for you. Oh.
Well?
Even if I say this, I'm sure nobody here would understand, but love is a wonderful thing. This feeling of freedom where you no longer care about anything. My beloved and I are the only ones within that thin veil, and I'm just looking out through it. That's why, as long as I'm on the inside, no matter how much they tease me, splash me with water, kick me, it's like nothing matters. I could just die. That's how little it matters. Who cares about hope or despair? It's love, only love.
This is...
Okay. Who are they?
But... such despair.
What? Any human relationships. So it's everybody's fault that I turned out like this, you see? Even so, the current me was most strongly influenced by my beloved's existence. Who's your beloved?
Don't fuck with me!
Who the fuck are you talking about? Mikan, please answer me. Do you really remember? You ended up like this all because you remembered? There's no way I can believe that! There's no way the person you are right now is the real Mikan! Oh, you still doubt me? And to prove I remember, I'll tell you all something nice. It's about the World End organization that you all were worrying about. She knows!
You serious?
Thank you, Kazuichi. No. I just remembered, that's all. I know about it all along, with that horrifying organization known as World Ender. It's also the... Future Foundation. Mirai. The fucking symbol on that door at the fucking ruins, that was Mirai, Future. Does that belong to them? Are they actually the bad guys? Future Foundation? Future... Oh! I was fucking right!
Hey.
What are they planning? Claim the world for themselves.
This is bad.
What the heck? This isn't a comic book, you know. As part of their plan to end the world, the Future Foundation brought us to this island. Isn't that right, Monami? Huh?
You...
I knew it. Monami, Monokuma, they're both members of that crazy organization, aren't they?
Monami and I aren't members.
I am Monokuma!
My existence is entirely my own.
I'm gonna do the fucking anime laugh.
Nyuk, 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 nyuk.
Oh, that was just cute.
Hey.
Don't laugh. Hey, Mikan. You really do remember. And you already know, right? You know the identity of the traitor about hiding among us. Of course I know that.
Oh?
I do!
Of course not!
Ah, hell no! You'll find out eventually, so there's no need to be so impatient. Probably when the countdown ends. Countdown? Yeah. You even knew about that?
Oh?
I don't know anything. Huh? It's a feeling that's what it is. But who cares about that, you know? I'm drowning in so much love from the bottom of my heart, I just don't care about anyone or anything.
That is...
Is that really you? I won't believe it! There's no way I could believe you were like this all along. Because if that's true, then who's the person we've been spending time with up till now? The past. The past? That person. She didn't exist in the beginning. She's just my past self who lost her school memories. You guys consider that thing a friend?
Oh?
That won't make me happy at all. It just fills me with despair. Hey, if you have that despair disease, then why isn't your eyes fucking spiraling? Because accepted my past self, but not my present self. That's...
Well...
that applies to you all as well. Memories of people, memories of events, whatever memory it is. Losing memories are like losing your personal identity. Memory is the most important component in building a person, don't you think? Losing your memories makes us a shadow of the past. Don't you think?
Hey.
I don't know what you're trying to say, but in the end, it always leads back to that story. That story about our stolen school lives. So, it was true all along. The memories were taken away.
Damn it!
If it wasn't true, we wouldn't be suffering like this so much. Well, why don't you just take your sweet time and remember at your own pace. Oh, Monokuma! Is it alright for you to start now?
Yes, indeed!
Punishment time?
Damn it. Why? Mikan, why does it have to end like this? It's too pointless. This is too much.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For the ultimate nurse, Mikan Sumiki.
So it's over. It's really... Now I can go to my beloved, who always forgives me. I can finally see them.
Who was your beloved?
Please forgive me, the one who's going to die with the hope of finally seeing you.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Game over. Mikan has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Bye-bye Ouchies. Ultimate Nurse Mikan Sumiki's execution. Is it wrong to say that she got fisted to death? Poggers. So what? That looks like a desktop. Nobody wanted to end this way.
Let me ask.
Who was that Mikan from earlier? Was that her true form? Or is that itself a symptom of the despair disease?
Damn it!
It doesn't matter either way. She ended up like that, just remembering. All along, Mikan was never worth being a symbol of hope.
But
even if her words were influenced by the despair disease, the despair turned her into that. She lost herself to a simple disease. She was definitely unworthy of being a symbol of hope.
Isn't that right?
So, let's just move on. Come on, let's take all this despair and change it into hope.
Please wait!
That isn't possible. I mean, I thought we were finished, our friends this whole time, but even so, like a house of cards collapsing in an instant. In the end, our friend we thought we knew ended up showing us a completely different side of herself. Then she vanished from our sight, leaving behind only malice toward us. And now, there's no way we can just move on, or try to have a clear-cut attitude about the feelings. It's clearly impossible.
Damn it!
It would have been so much easier if she was the traitor too.
Wrong.
Too bad. That's not the case. Mikan was not the traitor.
Come on.
There's still an imposter among us. The traitor is still alive. As proof, see how fine Monami looks right now. I'm not fine at all.
But if the traitor died, you wouldn't be this calm, right? I mean, you're both pawns of the Future Foundation, so you guys are like two hearts beating as one, right?
You fiend.
What does that make you, fiend? You did say that you're different than Monami.
Phew.
Who cares about who I am? More important, I'm tired. The drama that just kept going back and going. I don't even have time to eat my black bean right eye during this. Or what? My black bean right eye during the break.
Hey!
Your right eye is made out of black beans. Oh wait, now's not the time to focus on that.
Hey,
You know, isn't it said that life has its ups and downs? It's fun because downs come after ups.
But if life was full of downs, wouldn't it all get boring? So, in order to help you guys feel better, I prepared a special event.
Special event?
Head over to the First Islands beach. An old friend will be waiting there.
Old friend? Could it be Nekomaru?
Hey!
Is it? It is! Isn't it? Nekomaru was safe after all!
Safe. How should I say this?
I knew it. I knew that crazy bastard Nekomaru would come back to us in one piece. Awesome. We're starting to see the light of hope. The light of hope? I am happy Nekomaru is returning to us, but
So just as I thought.
3 of our friends just died, so I honestly cannot be happy. Miss Sonia.
However,
And so I'm still happy. If Nekomaru is safe, I am truly happy. If you are happy, you should honestly greet him with open arms. Perhaps those who have been taken from us would do the same if they still lived.
Huh.
Hey, Supreme Overlord of Who Gives a Shit. That line doesn't suit you at all. Silence. I shall crush you into dust. Ibuki, Hyoko, Mikan. Can you hear us? If you are unhappy, I apologize. However, please forgive me for right now. I want us to warmly welcome Nekomaru when he returns to us. You don't have to worry, Sonia. I'm sure your feelings are reaching them.
Right?
Then let's all go greet Nekomaru. Let's make it grand, even for those who have died. Heck, do you still have the after effects of the disease? I don't get this at all. All right! Let's go! Come on! Come on!
Uh-oh.
Man, they just ran off without listening to what I had to say.
Unbelievable.
Jeez, they're so impatient. Didn't they learn to stick around until others have finished talking?
What does that mean?
Hey!
You're plotting something again, aren't you?
No way!
Nyuk, nyuk, nyuk. I'm not planning anything. I was just trying to properly explain everything to them. Including Nekomaru's body.
Nekomaru's body?
It's their fault for not sticking around until finished talking. So something happens because of that. I bear no responsibility.
What did you do to Nekomaru?
What did I do? I just saved him, that's all. I mean, if I didn't do that, there's no way I could have saved someone who was just that close to death. So it just couldn't be helped. Nyuk, 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 nyuk.
As soon as we exited the elevator, we started running. Hurry! To the beach! On the first island!
All right!
Let's fucking haul ass! Oh, I sounded like Kazuichi. Where in the world is Nekomaru? Hey! Nekomaru, show yourself! We have come to pick you up! Please hurry up and come out of hiding! We raised our voices. We looked around the area. Raised our voices again. We looked around the area again. So on and so forth. We just kept looking for him.
Hey, hey!
What the hell, man? He's nowhere to be found.
Damn it!
Could be. You just get false info from Monokuma again? That's what had happened. We heard a familiar voice echo throughout the beach.
What happened? Were y'all looking for me?
Could it be?
That voice! With high hopes in our hearts, we turned towards the direction of the voice. Then, we saw something truly unbelievable.
Oh. Huh? What the?
Yo! I've kept you waiting. Hey!
What's up with
What's
them?
going on? Perhaps you don't remember my face since we haven't seen each other in a while. That's pretty sad, you know? That's too much!
Who are you?
What?
Huh? You too? What's going on? If you're messing with me, I'll stop doing it to you.
Nekomaru? Haven't you noticed it yourself?
What do you mean, noticed? Oh, you mean this body? This is nothing!
Robo-Nidai!
Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
Hell yeah! I fucking love this! I'm with her. so we've got Robo Need-Eye to look forward to. Damn. So, we've got Robo Need-Eye to look at. Oh. You have attained this present. Nurses. That's Mikan's apron! Yes, I would like to save my current process. Okay. So, what we have to look forward to in the next episode, we possibly get to have another murder. We have Robo Nekomaru Need-Eye. We have the bearing of Mikan's murder as well as her own death. And a lot else to look forward to. And also a new island. So I hope you guys will stick with me and watch the next episode. Alright, I will see you guys in the next episode. And I hope you guys have a fantastic night.